Welcome back to Fallout Factions, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host Craig, and today we're going to be talking about Talon Company. If I'm going to say this real quickly, no job is too nasty from mercenaries at Talon Company. If you encounter these heartless opportunists, be prepared for the fight to the death, which is usually on the Fallout 3 loading screen. I thought it was a great quote to add in here today. Let's talk a bit about Talon Company, shall we? Talon Company is a mercenary organization which is active throughout the Commonwealth, not the Commonwealth, the Capital Wasteland, and they take on various jobs from bounty hunting and to fighting against super mutants all over Washington D.C. Even as far as mercenaries goes, these men and women are just killers. They're murderers. They're almost like raiders, to be honest. And the reason why is it's this simple. In 2277, they are working with an unknown third party with simple orders to keep the Capital Wasteland lawless and a disorganized place. And so the Talon Company is probably the largest mercenary group in the Capital Wasteland. They can be found almost anywhere in DC. And they put cash and loot ahead of most of anything. And well, they attack most groups on sight in hopes of taking their belongings. And currently unknown benefactor has hired Talon Company to hunt down do-gooders. And the reason for this is, well, unknown, really. The effect is to keep the wasteland lawless and a place where the guys with the biggest guns make the rules. Talon Company is frequently, for some reason, Talon Company has the best firepower in terms of secondary faction, which the Brotherhood of Steel would have the most firepower first, and then it would be the Enclave after that. Well, Enclave first, then Brotherhood, then Talon Company, in my opinion. But anyway, you do interact with them as playing as the Lone Wanderer in Fallout 3. They come after you if you're being too good, or you disarm the bomb in Megaton, or warned Lucas Sims about it. And Mr. Burke is trying to get you killed after this. To be honest, Talon Company is a very ruthless force. They're based out of Fort Bannister, where their leader Commander Japsko, I think Japsko or Jacob, I can't remember. Apologies, is residing there. And he had a unique weapon, which was Razcom's razor. I think I can't remember. I know it's a particular kind of Easter egg to something, but these guys had a unique style to them. I'll admit that. Like, these guys wore black combat armor. They had a Talon Company logo on it, which was like a crow foot or something like that, or a hawk foot, where it would like have the shape of it's going to pick up something. And it was a very unique armor at the time, and it made a secondary faction, or mini faction, very unique to the world of Fallout 3, which we are playing in Fallout 4 now. We do have a lot of main factions, and not a lot of secondary factions. Like, you'll meet the Gunners, you'll meet the Raiders, you'll meet the Nuka World Raiders now, and they have 3 different sets right there, but they're mainly home in Nuka World. You can bring them to the capital, not the Capital Wasteland, but you can bring them to the Commonwealth, but that's with the pursuit of going after and killing either your settlers or making them leave and destroying your hard work, really, and consuming your own resources for these raiders doesn't seem like viable for me, in my opinion. I will be doing a bad guy let's play of it soon, I think. Not let's play, a playthrough of it, and showing you what it's like being the bad guy. But we do get these 3 unique raider factions, but we only get one mercenary group, which is the Gunners, and then we have regular raiders after that, which the Gunners and regular raiders just have a different dialogue, but they're exactly the same. Even though to a certain point I'm seeing raiders wearing full combat armor uniforms, just like the Gunners are as well, and there's no uniqueness to it. The only time we saw uniqueness was with the new Nuka World DLC, which we saw the operators. They're the ones that made me feel like that kind of feels like Talon Company, but but they're not. They're just a secretive, the more well-trained and more technology-bound raider group. They're not mercenaries for hire. They just go and kill and enslave anyone they want, really. So, like, having the whole idea of having a more well-organized mercenary group, there is the Gunners. I know they are well-organized. Well, they're trained well enough, and they do have a lot of great equipment. But doesn't it would bring in some interesting ideas about how you would go about meeting a new faction or a little mini faction of Talon Company that made it to the Capital Wasteland. The Capital Wasteland you can travel to the Commonwealth by foot from the Capital Wasteland. Madison Lee did it in Fallout 3, and she became a member of the Institute. There's a spoiler. But if one woman on her own, a scientist on her own, possibly, or going with even how McCready got here, he went with a caravan group and traveled all the way here. It wouldn't be surprising that Talon Company would make a big journey over to the Commonwealth, after hearing how much of a as Zimmerman said, it was like a quagmire of war, except when you're not inside of the institute, which made things very, very interesting indeed. And like, these guys are well armed, well trained. They kill anyone they see, so they probably would have had a lot of killings on the way to coming to the Commonwealth. But I don't imagine them surviving too long in the Commonwealth, depending on which factions they meet first. I can imagine they'd probably send up what's the word, a general scouting group to the Commonwealth to report back by sending teams back, relaying messages, or getting all radio equipment up and running. They do seem to be technology bound as a mercenary group, but in comparison to that, they are, they have their counterpart, the good mercenaries, which we had Riley's Rangers during Fallout 3, which we never really heard much about after leaving the Capital Wasteland. But yes, a Talon Company in the Commonwealth or something similar would have been fantastic. A more unique mercenary group walking the wasteland, and more diverse battles and just different kind of stuff to happen, guys. That's really what we all wanted, really. But yeah, this is pretty much it. This is the Talon Company Fall Off Factions video, and I will see you next time on RTC. See you guys. Have a good one.